3 months ago, we revealed that soon you will be able to invest in real estate in Germany for just €1 single with security tokens from GermanReal.Estate. And since we started that project for you guys, you should have the ultimate power here determining which property we should buy and tokenize. That's why we got 5 questions for you to create the very first GermanReal.Estate community token. You guys vote and we will make it happen. Let us take a look together at what you can vote on, what makes the most sense and what maybe doesn't make a lot of sense in the security token structure. And everyone who participates in the voting will also get a bonus once your community token is live and ready to invest in. What's up everyone? Welcome to a new video from GermanReal.Estate. As these security tokens don't have a lot to do with Perfinex, we opened another channel specifically for GermanReal.Estate that is linked in the description. So if you would like to take part in revolutionizing the traditional German real estate market, feel free to subscribe to the other channel as well. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, here is the video explaining the business idea of tokenizing real estate as a whole. And here's a live stream of me answering questions from the community. We created a Google form with 5 easy questions for the voting that is linked in the description. So you can follow along with your voting and I will explain the different options you have right now. Financial planning always starts with determining the right strategy. So the question is, which real estate investing strategy our first community token should follow? And instead of us determining this and making you guys invest in what we think is best, let us determine this together. So you also know the reasoning behind certain decisions and you know more about what you would actually invest your hard-earned money in. First option is investing in the megatrend of the aging German population. We posted quite some property portraits on that real estate investing strategy already, because it does make a lot of sense. Everybody who is 50 years of age now will be 60 in 10 years, at least if you don't die along the way. Here's a chart from the German Statistical Office projecting that the percentage of retirees will go up from 19.5% today to 27.4% in 2060. That is a 40% increase in the retired population living in Germany. And all these people need to live somewhere. So this would be a pretty safe investing strategy as we kind of know the future here. And a very profitable investing strategy as well, if you check what elderly living actually costs on a monthly basis. Second option would be to invest in newly constructed buildings. Like these, for example, that we made property portraits on as well. Can also make a lot of sense to buy something fresh and new that would probably not need a lot of renovations, at least in the first couple of years. For this peace of mind that there's not a lot of renovation cost, we are of course paying a higher purchasing price than if we would buy an already existing building. And if you would like us to pay out rental earnings in form of passive income, which you can vote on later on in the forum, we would start in 2 or 3 years only when the property is finished being built and rent it out. By the way, even if you receive passive income from our security tokens, you can still sell them completely tax-free after just 1 year. And yes, I'm being absolutely honest here. Tax-free income in Germany does exist. But more about that later on. When there's the option to buy new buildings, there's also option 3 to buy existing buildings. Maybe even buildings that are quite some decades old and need renovations in the near future. The idea behind this value strategy of investing in real estate is to buy a property before it is renovated at a cheap price, renovate it and deduct all the costs from your taxes, and then rent it out at a higher price because it's a fresh property. Can make sense for our community token, even though I feel it makes more sense for you guys to do it as a private person if you're interested in that. The owner of the property will be the company GermanReal.Estate Token 1 GmbH that I founded already. And the company has, generally speaking, a tax rate of 30% here in Germany. And with the 3 options we discussed so far, we can reduce that tax rate to 15%. Renovating properties and making the government pay for it by deducting the cost from your taxes is fun. But it's a lot more fun for a private person with a 42% tax rate than a company that pays 15% in taxes only. Doesn't make the most sense to me, but I still want to give you the option. Last option, fix and flip. We're in talks with a company that specializes in buying run-down flats in order to renovate and sell them afterwards. So not buying, renovating, renting it out after, like in the value strategy. Fix and flip is buying, renovating, selling, repeat. As this is considered a commercial activity by Finanzamt, we will lose our tax advantage with this option. So no more 15% tax rate as in the options above. Here we will pay the regular 30% German company tax rate. But hey, it can also be a lot more profitable to sell properties instead of just holding them. So the tax rate shouldn't be the major factor here for you guys to decide. Definitely a factor to consider, but not the most important factor of all. If you are missing the property development option that I discussed with Tobias from 5 Rocks in our latest interview on the future of the German real estate market, link is in the description, we will have extra 5 Rocks security tokens for that. One for each project they are developing. Like we are in talks with other property developers to raise money on GermanReal.Estate as well. These property development tokens with external property developers plus our community tokens. And now you can hopefully see my vision of GermanReal.Estate becoming a stock exchange for real estate security tokens. Now that we got our real estate investing strategy right, it is time to talk about your guys' favorite topic, passive income. In at least 3 of the 4 options chosen in question 1, we will generate rental income at some point. If we do generate rental income, what shall we do with it? We can keep everything and reinvest it in new properties to make the portfolio grow. We can find a compromise between the two, or we pay out everything to you guys, which means there's hardly any money to buy new properties. Just to be very clear before you choose your option, the legal owner and issuer of this community token that we are discussing here is German Real Estate Token 1 GmbH. All money generated in this GmbH will stay in that GmbH. We are not taking any money out of that. We either reinvest that money and buy more and more properties to make the token price go up from €1, because remember, later this year or early next year, we will probably have the secondary market for you to trade your security tokens on. When we start with one property and security tokens for €1, the token price will go up once we buy the second, the third, the fourth property. Or we buy less properties, which means the token price will not increase that much, and pay out at least some of that money to you guys. Then you have to pay taxes on that rental income. It is still unclear if it is capital gains tax or your personal tax rate. What we do know is that you can sell your security tokens completely tax-free after holding them for just 1 year, even when receiving passive income from our tokens. If you decide that you would like to have passive income from our community token, what shall it be? Would you like to get a fixed interest rate of whatever percentage that is paid out in perpetuity for the time that you hold this token? Once a year, the German Real Estate Token 1 GmbH will do its annual financial statement like any other company. Once that is done and we know exactly how much profit was generated in the prior year, we can also share that profit with you guys. Very similar to a publicly traded company that is paying out dividends to its shareholders. Security tokens are like shares, just a lot more cost efficient, and you can trade them 24/7 on the blockchain. We can also have a mixture of the prior 2 options, or we reinvest everything to make the portfolio grow as much as possible. And if you decide that you would like to have passive income from our community token, how often? Choose one of the 3 time frames, or again, we reinvest everything and buy more properties of whichever strategy you guys are choosing here. And lastly, before we come to our bonus, if the community votes exactly as you wanted and the token of your dreams comes to life, how much would you invest? Your answers will help us to plan going forward and to search for the property in the right investment amount. If there's 3 people voting to invest a maximum of €500, one of which is my mom, then we look at a rather small property. If a lot of you guys are interested and you want to invest a higher amount, then we will buy a larger property. And since you guys support us so nicely with this project, we want to give something back. Once the community token is online and ready to invest in, we'll send out an exclusive discount code for everyone that participated in the voting and helped us plan. If you would like to receive that code, just type in your email address and we send it out to you once everything is ready. The email will be used only to send out the discount code and for nothing else. No other emails, no spam. So please use the email address that you want to register on GermanReal.Estate as an investor later on, because this discount code will be exclusively for participants of the community voting here. So thank you very much for voting here. If you have any questions about the voting or the security tokens in general, please let us know in the comments. Thank you again and take care, guys.